EGF. Mesopharae. No. What was it? That's the thing. That's the thing. I got it. I got it. I knew this was suspicious.
A perfect servant must behave.
And now you'll taste an early grave. Mesopharae in the middle, see?
Mesopharae in the Middle Sea. Okay.
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
Mesopharae in the Middle Sea. Okay. So Mesopha and Middle Sea. Mesopha and Middle Sea. Mesopha. So EGF and a Middle Sea. EGF, Middle Sea. EGF, Middle Sea. Let's see. What do we have here? Middle Sea, you see? This one. E, G, F, Middle Sea. E, G, F, Middle Sea. E, G, F, Middle C, E, G, F, Middle C, E, G, F, Middle C, E, G, F, Middle C. E, G, F, Middle C. Let me just talk to the bird again. Something I'm not getting.
A perfect servant must behave.
And now you'll taste an early grave. Mesopharae in the middle, see?
Ray! Jesus.
So long, Birdie.
Bye-bye.
Mesopharae. Damn it. Screwed up. It is Mesopharae. I forgot the ray. So you see Mesopharae. So E, G, Mesopha, E, G, F, D in the middle. E, G, F, D. Okay. Sorry. E, G, F, D. Okay. E, G, F, D. And it's in the, it says in the middle over here, okay? E, G, F, D. It worked.
That seems to have done something.
Yes. Holy crap!
God.
This does not look good. He's dead.
Yep.
You should inform Dr. Fellows about this right away.
It seems Guy was telling the truth after all.
Yes.
Yes, it would probably be a good idea to let him know of this development.
Okay. And we cannot go to the thing. Let's just go to talk to Guy.
Guy? Yes?
Secret room.
I found the secret room you told me about.
You see? I wasn't lying.
No, you certainly weren't. There was someone inside. A man.
No. Who?
I'm not sure, but I can only assume it was one
Maybe
of
the
Madame
new
Dupre's
gardener?
servants.
Was he alright?
I'm afraid not. He was dead. Dr. Fellows confirmed it was due to asphyxiation.
Madame Dupre must have put him in there before I drugged her.
Yeah.
And then, with everything that's happened, she didn't let him out in time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's my fault he's dead. If only I'd known.
Sorry, bro.
Circumstances are quite unfortunate, Mr. Dumas. However, this has shed a new light on Madame Dupre and her cruel practices.
Yes.
I can't say for certain that you were justified in your actions, but I am a bit reluctant to say you were completely at fault. But the bottom fact is that Mr. Martin has been falsely accused of this crime. If I were to let you go, he would be punished in your place. Unless,
Yes?
I'm going to need you to write me a letter, Mr. Dumas.
Letter.
Of course, Mr. Fordham. Anything to take care of this mess.
And then you can make a run for it.
Good. Hopefully now this whole grim affair can be brought to an end.
Okay, we had something.
That's all for right now, but I'll be back.
Yes, Mr. Fordham. I'll be here.
Okay, what did we get? Guy's confession. I, Guy Dumas of sound mind and body, hereby confess to the attempted murder of Madame Laura Dupre. Okay. So you see, I thought it was the... Okay, return to Upton and accuse Guy Dumas. Yeah, that's all we need to know. I thought it might have been Juliet, but no. Okay, let's go over. Can we talk to this guy? Say something?
Oh, Mr. Fordham, you're back.
Yeah.
We haven't got anything.
Okay. Sorry. I haven't got anything to talk to you. And what about Juliet?
She's busy.
Okay. We actually have a lot to tell her, but she's busy. Okay, here we go.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
Wrap up
I think
case.
I'm ready to wrap this case up.
Okay, who's your prime suspect?
Guy Dumas. But we should acquit.
It was Guy Dumas, a former servant at Dupre Manor. He used toxic plants to drug Madame Dupre so she appeared dead, which he learned about from her daughter's schoolbooks.
What was his motive?
That's the thing. I've learned that Madame Dupre is extremely cruel to her servants. She regularly beats them, and even has a secret room no bigger than a coffin where she places them as punishment.
Yes.
I discovered this secret room and found a dead servant inside. He had died from asphyxiation.
My God.
A few months ago, Madame Dupre beat Guy's lover Celine to death. He wanted revenge and intended to make Madame Dupre suffer the trauma of being interred alive.
I see.
Yeah.
Constance, I don't think Dumas should be arrested for his crime. He doesn't deserve it. Madame Dupre, however...
Yes, I see what you're saying, and I agree, but what about Mr. Martin?
I got a signed confession from Mr. Dumas. You can see the handwriting matches this note I found in the cemetery.
Yes.
That should be enough to release Mr. Martin, as well as giving Guy a head start in his escape from the city.
It's going to be tricky getting the department to look into this, but with the proof you've gathered, it should work. Excellent investigating, Fordham.
Yes.
I knew you still had it in you.
Thank you.
And of course, I'll dip into the department's Good Samaritan fund to get you proper compensation for your work.
Thank
For
you.
now, go home to your wife. I'm sure I'll have something else for you to look into fairly soon.
Awesome. Devil incarnate. Reveal
evening.
Madame Dupre.
I'm
the
looking for
true
Madame
nature.
Laura Dupre.
This one.
This is Madame Dupre. I am her personal physician, Dr. Fellows. May we help you, officer?
I'm afraid I must place Madame Dupre under arrest.
What? On what charge?
Several, actually. Manslaughter, domestic violence, murder in the second degree. Shall I go on, or can we continue this at the police station?
Yep.
You won't have to worry about Madame Dupre anymore. She'll be in jail for a very long time.
Now you make a run
And
for
Mr.
it.
Martin has been released with a full pardon as well.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. I appreciate your help and your trust.
Think nothing of it, but you'll need to leave town as soon as you can. Have you made plans?
I was thinking of heading south. New Bretagne is too cold and dark. I want to find someplace more like my home.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Dumas.
See you later. And we got home.
Addie,
Successful
I'm
case.
home.
Even though we screwed
Addie?
up one
She must still
part.
be out at her hairdressing appointment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad we're alone because
I wanted to talk to you about something.
What?
Yes, Bill, I know. I told you I'm doing my best to try and find the flower shop burglar.
No, for once, this isn't about him.
Oh?
This is about you.
What? About me? What about me?
You want to talk about me? What about me?
You can play dumb and deflect all you like with everyone else around you, but it won't work with me. I know
What?
exactly what you're thinking, and you know exactly what I'm gonna say.
You want to talk about how this case went?
You want to talk about how we did on this case?
Yes, that's exactly right. Have you already forgotten the old days, Miles? Before I died, we were solving cases like nobody's business. You were one of the best detectives on the force. But ever since you started taking that soporific, your mind hasn't been as sharp as before.
Sorry.
If you're serious about taking on more complex cases, you need to listen to Adelaide and stop taking it. It's already had a negative effect on your performance.
What are you talking about? We were able to discover the truth about Madame Dupre.
Yes, but if you were working at your full abilities, you'd have come to that conclusion much sooner.
Sorry.
If I stop taking it, you won't let me sleep through the night. Nothing will change.
Well, things would change if you found you-know-who.
I thought you said we weren't going to talk about that right now.
Yeah, well, I say a lot of things.
Shut up,
An
Bill.
understatement if ever there was one. Can't you just keep quiet without me having to take something?
Afraid not, old friend. That's just not who I am or how this works.
Then I'm going to take
If you
this
keep
up.
me up all night, I'll go crazy. Things have been hard enough as it is. And if, God forbid, Adelaide were ever to find out about...
Hello, Miles. Is there someone else here? I thought I heard you talking just now.
Hey.
Fantastic. The jig is up. And here I thought we were doing so well, too.
Crap. I was just going over the case, thinking aloud.
No, I was just going over the case. Thinking aloud, you see.
Ah, of course.
How was your appointment?
Mrs. Lefebvre was her usual bossy and overly picky self, but she gave me a very generous tip.
Nice.
That's good.
So I stopped by the shop on the way home and bought a new deck of cards.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Shall we have a few rounds of écarté?
Écarté.
I believe you demanded a rematch last time we played.
Yes, that would be nice.
Well, you certainly managed to dodge that bullet.
Yes.
I only wonder how much longer you'll manage before one finally hits you.
Shut up, Bill. Two weeks later.
And it says here they still don't know what caused that explosion.
What?
I guarantee you it was sabotage. Those Redites have been causing a lot of trouble lately.
Is that the
Deadites?
group of anti-steam tech radicals?
The very same.
Why Redites, though?
They're named after some fellow named Jonathan Red, apparently the one who began the whole anti-steam movement. It's really a rather stupid name, if you ask me. And uncreative.
I'm going to call them Deadites.
Well, what would you call them then?
Deadites. The Anti-Steam Society, the League for the Preservation of Blowing Things Up, and the Boom Boom Boys. I'm going to call them the Boom Boom Boys.
Something more evocative, like the Boom Boom Boys.
Definitely gets to the point, I'll give you that.
Yes.
Perhaps you'd best stick with the detecting, dearest. Your nomenclature needs a bit of work.
Sorry.
Well, I think it's about time I get ready for bed.
All right, Miles, if you must.
Okay.
Who could that be at this time of night?
Good question. But Adelaide can handle it for now. I need to take my medicine.
You certainly have your priorities in order. Go on then. Get that bottle of rat piss out of your nightstand and let's get this over with.
Huh. No current case. Okay, so a nightstand. There you go.
Ugh, tastes like the devil's sweat.
You could just stop taking it, you know.
Bill, now is not the time to...
Miles, could you come back out here, please?
Be right there, dearest.
Okay. Do you know, I'm gonna just save because this is probably the case 2. Case 2. Okay.
Don't worry, Miles. I don't watch when you and Adelaide are having your private time.
It would be nice if you didn't spend the whole time humming.
What?
I thought you appreciated some romantic music.
What? Okay, anything here that we might have forgotten?
I always like that self-portrait of Adelaide's mother, even if the eyes do always follow you around the room.
Okay, and this one?
Adelaide's last performance. She could really bring the house down.
Yeah. Bill's hat.
You should have let me be buried wearing my hat. At least it wouldn't be gathering dust like it is now.
If I'd done that, it would be dust right now.
Heh, fair point.
Hashtag pun. Okay, screw it. Let's go to the next case.
Who was that at the door?
A late night courier. You've got a message from Upton.
Of course. Forham, this case makes the last one look simple. Meet me at Rowan's ASAP. It's urgent.
It seems this case is rather urgent. She wants me to meet her as soon as possible.
But didn't you just take your soporific? Are you going to be all right to go?
Probably
It won't
not.
kick in for another hour or so. Should be plenty of time.
All right, I'm going to bed then. Good luck, dear.
Good night, Addie.
Bye, Eddie. Okay. Message from Upton. Okay, let's go. Anything else here?
I can see why Adelaide calls that plant Miles Jr. It's a spitting image.
Shut up, Bill. This is probably not a good idea. Yeah, everybody's still here. You know, middle of the night, they're still here.
Hello, Upton.
I'm glad you came, Fordham. Sorry for disturbing you this late.
So, what's so urgent that couldn't wait until morning? Shouldn't a respectable young lady like you be in bed by now?
Shouldn't a respectable young lady like you be in bed by now?
Only if you want to add boring to your list of adjectives.
What?
So, what do you got for me?
An infant kidnapping in Lyon. The report came in tonight just before my shift ended.
Okay.
The family wants to keep the investigation very low-key. They're afraid if word gets out, they'll have all sorts of ne'er-do-wells making false ransom claims. That's why I suggested they let you investigate first. Head over to 45 Belcourt Street. That's the home of Malcolm and Miriam Harris, the parents of the kidnapped boy.
Harris, as in Harris Construction Company?
Harris, as in Harris Construction Company?
The very same. Owned by Malcolm's father, no less. Now you see why they wanted to keep this out of the public eye.
Yeah.
Indeed. If they manage to get a new transatlantic airship off the ground, it'll be an aura mine. I can see why they'd make an easy target.
Okay. Don't worry, Upton. Get the kid back before you can say hot toddy.
Don't worry, Upton. I'll get the kid back before you can say hot toddy.
Hot toddy.
Ah, crap.
I think you're losing your touch, Fordham.
Sorry.
And I think you've lost your joke book. Try some new material for a change, would you?
Right. Good luck on your investigation. Come see me again once you've figured things out, or if you just need to talk. I'll be here all day tomorrow as well, so feel free to stop by.
Yeah, just sit here. It's okay.
Asleep at a coffee house. One of life's little ironies.
Yeah. Can we take some coffee?
All that metal and tubing just to serve a hot cup of coffee?
I'm going to just start, dozing off. So, I don't know what the hell. Okay. I just thought it would be good to have some coffee, but no, we're just going. Over here, Harris residence.
Mr. Miles Fordham is here to see you, sir.
Very good, Mr. Havelock. Send him up.
Yes, sir.
Hello, bro.
Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Fordham. I'm Malcolm Harris.
I'm terribly sorry to hear about what's happened, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. You were very highly recommended by Miss Upton. She said you'd be able to solve this faster and more discreetly than the police.
Of course.
I admit it's a rather unorthodox approach, but we're desperate.
I understand. I'll do all I can to find the kidnapper and bring your son back unharmed.
If you'd like to examine the nursery, it's just through that door to the left. I'll ask you to please try and keep quiet as I just sent my wife to bed. Her nerves are rather shot, you see.
Yes, of course.
I was gonna start running around, screaming, but okay. So what do we have here? We got Malcolm Harris. We got a globe.
I'm sure the only location the Harrises care about is wherever they are at any given moment.
Okay.
I wouldn't get too close, Miles. That vase is probably worth more than your entire building.
Maybe. That's the bedroom.
She looks like she's up to something.
It's a portrait, Bill.
I know the hand and waistcoat pose is supposed to look stately, but to me it always looks like the person is scratching themselves.
Like this guy, you see? Tea service.
It's nice to see that tea is still served here even in times of tragedy.
It's always good to have tea. I have tea every day.
The Harris family certainly has a nice view from which to look down upon the world. I wonder if they use the balcony to give speeches to the gardeners.
We're going to talk to Malcolm Harris.
I have some questions for you, Mr. Harris.
No doubt you do, but I'm really not in the mood to talk right now. It's been a difficult evening, and I'm not certain I have it in me to answer your questions at the moment.
Fair enough, but I will need to ask you about the incident at some point.
Yes, that's fine. Just not now.
Okay, well, let's just go to the nursery then. So we have a cat over here. This cat over here looks suspicious. This giraffe over here, even more suspicious. There's a broken window. We got the crib. Chest, illustrations, bottle warmer, a portrait.
Some sort of fuzzy animal wearing a waistcoat. Charming.
Yes.
Bear's picnic. Something about a group of giant human-like bears eating together in the woods is slightly unsettling.
Slightly.
My friend Bunny. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want a giant imaginary rabbit for a friend.
Bunnies are friends, not food.
Look at that. The kid has a toy chest. My sister and I used to have to keep our toys buried in the backyard.
What?
Of course, that is because the only toys we had were dead rats.
What the hell, Bill?
A steam-powered bottle warmer. Certainly beats having to do it in the fireplace. Or in the case of my parents, over a barrel fire.
You know, Bill has issues. Other than being dead, of course. Look at this, there's a button.
That's odd. Why is there a loose button in the crib? I'm no expert on children, but it seems like it would be dangerous to have around an infant.
I want to grab it.
If only the flower shop burglar was as easy to find as this clue was.
Current case, the Perlini progeny. Charles Harris, infant son of the heir to Harris Construction Company, has been kidnapped. Who did it? Where did they take the kid? We need to speak to the Harris family. Clues, we got a loose button. Suspects, okay.
Yeah, the kidnapper left the child's blanket behind. There doesn't appear to be any trace of the silver spoon, though.
Hashtag pun.
Nice mobile. Custom made, too. There'll be no mistaking what family this child comes from.
Blanket, okay.
Oh dear.
Yep.
Ah, wonderful. The soporific has started working. Well done, Fordham. Now how are you supposed to... What's the word I'm looking for? Instigate? Interrogate? I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Perhaps it's time to call it a night.
Perhaps.
I am fading to sleep, a chance to dream.
Huh.
Shh, it's time to sleep. Quiet, quiet. No talking now. He'll know it's all wrong.
Can I go over to the bedroom?
So peaceful, so quiet, so comfortable.
Okay, let's go.
Well, Mr. Harris, I believe I've done all I can for right now.
Did you find anything?
Yes, I believe I have some leads I can pursue. But the most important thing to do in cases like this is wait to hear from the kidnappers. I'll be back tomorrow morning to continue my investigation and ask you and your wife some questions once you've had time to calm down a bit. In the meantime, I suggest you stay here and get some sleep. We'll all need it.
Damn. Okay.
Miles, wake up. It's nearly noon.
Damn it.
Ah, so it is.
Why didn't you come to bed when you got home last night?
It was late. I didn't want to disturb you.
So what was so urgent about the case Upton sent you?
I'm trying to track a kidnapped child.
Oh my goodness. That's awful.
Yes, the pressure's on, but I think I should be able to crack it.
Assuming you actually managed to get anything done at the Harris Manor today.
Shut up, Bill.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Also, we've got company. Mrs. Delacroix is having her hair done here today, so please make yourself presentable.
You mean I'm not all ready?
At least do something about your hair. I do have a reputation to maintain after all.
What's wrong with my hair?
Do you really want me to answer that? We'll be here all day.
Shut up, Bill. Everybody's sassy. I don't know what the hell. Okay, case 2. Working. I'm gonna just have a working save, you know? Now look at the...
It's admirable just how organized Adelaide is. Maybe someday the same can be said about you.
I don't know. Okay. Let's go back to the mansion. We gotta investigate.
And then he said, Oh. Hello there. I don't believe we've met.
Mrs. Delacroix, this is my husband, Miles. Miles, this is Mrs. Delacroix.
Morning.
Pleasure to meet you, madam.
Likewise, young man. Pleasure.
Is everything all right, Mrs. Delacroix?
You don't like my hair?
Oh, yes, everything's fine. It's just that, well, you weren't what I was expecting, is all.
Keep your head, Miles. She may be a closed-minded idiot, but she's just an old lady.
You mean the portrait over the fireplace didn't include you in? What were you expecting exactly? All your clients quite rude, Adeline. This is not good. This one, maybe.
You mean the portrait over the fireplace didn't clue you in?
Now then, Mrs. Delacroix, what was it that you were telling me about Mr. Delacroix and his dogs?
Oh, yes. So, Harold came in and said...
Impressive. She got off pretty easy. I was expecting a repeat of the Parsons incident. You should give Adelaide a kiss on the way out, though, just to make the old bat feel extra uncomfortable.
Okay.
Addie?
Not right now, Miles. I'm busy. We can talk once I finish with Mrs. Delacroix.
But I wanted to smooch.
She can get as painted up and coiffed as she likes. It's not going to fix the ugliness inside.
Oh, newspaper. Let's see. Dupree scandal shocks Gascon society. Madame Laura Dupree, the Gascon Grand Dame, reported to have died 2 weeks ago, is in fact alive. Details emerge after a police investigation that Dupree was made to appear dead and almost buried alive. In a shocking turn of events, it was discovered that Madame Dupree had been torturing her servants, even going so far as to keep one locked in a hidden room. The servant unfortunately died. Dupree was arrested for manslaughter and will stand trial in the coming months. The suspected assailant, Albert Martin, was released with a full pardon. Public opinion has quickly turned against Dupree, with many claiming she got what she deserved. A signed confession was given by a Guy Dumas, but police have been unable to locate him. This was our first case. It was pretty awesome. We did it. Protests at Airship Yard continue. Maybe this...
On the dark roads of Montana, there's a shadow in the dirt. The whisper of a mountaineer in a ragged flannel shirt. He walks the stony hillsides with his mandolin in hand, but you'll never see his face around this long forgotten land.